Last time on Alan Wake, Alan and Barry go to Rose's trailer to get the manuscript, but the dame drugs them. Alan sprints out while he can, but the FBI is outside, waiting for him, and they start shooting. Alan flees and gets some unexpected help from the darkness itself. Alan seeks shelter at the local radio station, but the feds track him down, and Agent Nightingale opens fire like before. Alan gets a phone call from his wife, but something sounds wrong. The kidnapper calls Alan and offers a deal, the manuscript for his kidnapped wife. They arrange a meet at the coal mines, and when Alan gets there, nobody's around but the Taken. The kidnapper makes another call, telling him to go to the lake. On his way there, Alan finds a room with strange markings all over the walls. He can only question what they mean. Alan runs to the lake, but overhears the kidnapper on his knees, begging for mercy. While doing so, he claims he never took his wife. It was all a scheme to get Alan to right again. Alan comes closer, only to see a giant cyclone take the kidnapper into the sky. In the nick of time, Alan grabs a flare for protection, but is whisked away to the terrible waters of the lake. All seems grim when an unknown person comes by and safely pulls him out. Answers will be acquired in today's action-filled episode of Alan Wake! So, I think one of the things that I noticed was, I don't know what that house is. It doesn't really look like a house. It looks like something else.
What do you mean?
I have a few guesses of what it is, but we haven't seen it yet. I
bet it is... Like, that's where they record one of the episodes of it. Yeah.
I think so.
Of that Twilight Zone.
Previously on Alan Wake.
Scary door.
Okay, who's that person?
The truth. So I can see episode 5 being the last episode.
Shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Wrong, bro.
Alice.
Sorry, Alice.
Of course not.
There you go, Alan.
Hartman. I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. I don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental
this is obviously a dream sequence.
You lied.
You're
That's
suffering
twin
from
exposure for a
various
doctor.
symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
What if that was the ending? If Alice was
Those
really
are the cabin.
Yeah.
Barry stayed over?
Of course, Barry's awesome.
That entire scene was actually in one of the manuscripts.
I felt
Yeah.
groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus.
So I wrote a book.
I was going to say, so I saw you knock the chairs down.
The door was locked. I was a prisoner here.
I really thought it was a cabin. Looked almost exactly like it.
Good
Yeah.
evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Oh,
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Quite right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
Yeah, that seems too... It was one of the possibilities.
For patients.
Yeah.
Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip. Except
You're trying to run away.
particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way,
Imagine you saw
Alan.
me acting like that, like Alan is. Just running around frantically.
It's in a mental facility.
Yeah. Like, look at you!
Even though he would went around.
Just look at Alan. He's just
Now, Alan,
freaking
from
out.
past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a
That's
very
one there.
vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams.
Yeah,
Your
sounds
mind
great.
has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped, and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
No, it's called sense,
It's all in
Alan.
your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed.
He's talking
Your
different, though.
delusions are just a manifestation
Hartman?
of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
You can't knock over chairs.
I know.
It's a dream.
I know. Exactly. That's the first thing that I picked up too. I'm like, what the fuck? Beyond the shadow you settle for, there's a miracle illuminated. TZ. It must be Tasmanian devil. In memory, your dear friend and poet. Just dial. In
Are you looking for like clues?
same thing.
Antenna brass. You
Yeah.
jump.
Yeah.
I never get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
No, because it's
Doesn't it
fake.
sound different
Golden
than you?
Lake spread below us.
A little bit.
I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me.
It's the shadow that way.
Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now, we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should
that
come as
doesn't
an
work.
immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the
I
illness.
let him talk.
After all,
Hartman
I'm the one
obviously
trying
loved his
to
own
bring you
voice.
out of the
His
world
words
you've
echoed
constructed for
madly
yourself.
inside my head.
But I
I
can't
dug my
do
nails
it by
into the palms of
myself.
my hands to stay
You need
focused.
to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery. Come along. Let's go inside.
It's kind of funny because I wonder if there's any way I could like mess this up or like run away or something like that, and like the
Here's
kind
the
of gorilla.
entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Oh, is this?
Oh, it's that guy.
Scary, scary, scary.
Emerson.
I think Dennis is the ventriloquist.
I'm a real
Run
bad
away.
dream, mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
Is this would be like the very
Please,
shadows?
Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson,
Okay,
Oh, is that
okay.
Emerson?
Sorry.
Huh?
Boo.
that's Emerson. We're actually making some progress with him, I'm happy to say. He works on video
Elbow
games.
strike. Ooh,
It's
yeah.
trash, of course, but it does involve
I'll get
some
him to the head.
small creative effort,
He's
which
kidding
makes
you.
him receptive to my therapeutic methods.
No kidding.
Looks like when he kicked, it looks like he like moved a bit. Like he just like fucking that Rose? No. That's the old woman, isn't it?
No.
Oh.
I think her hair was
Come,
gray.
Alan. This way. Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy.
She says
As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
What? No, I think it's just like, well, it's just that you don't accept it, I guess.
Welcome to the Cauldron Lake Lodge. We're here to give you the specialized help you need. However, please observe the following.
Please ask friends
and family to schedule visits beforehand to ensure they don't interfere with your therapy and/or periods of creativity. Also, please respect your fellow patients' need for privacy and personal space, especially when they're engaged by their creative processes. Oh shit! Oh, wow. Be patient. Typically, our patients have long-term creative problems, or they won't be solved overnight. Give yourself permission to take the time you need. Bear in mind that when you're voluntarily receiving treatment that has been specifically tailored to you, engagement therapy, trademark, it's sister method, the flow, trademark, work best when you are actively engaged in shaping them. If you have any concerns, please don't hesitate to voice them.
Okay.
Hi.
Just stare at him.
My rheumatism's killing me.
Yeah.
There's a storm coming.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, it is.
what a storm.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
Yeah, this is a fucking
And
breeze.
these two are the
No, we met them
Anderson
before.
brothers,
I know, yeah.
Odin and Tor. They had how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its
Came from
mark.
dementia.
So do they have a creative process too?
Ooh,
I'm
they're
so
rock and
sorry
roll
to cut
stars.
this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
Oh, he's trying to get him to write.
I was gonna say, if he ends up being the guy who hired the kidnapper,
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh,
was
he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us.
Looks like the guy from
Sonny.
Heavy Rain.
Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Zane! You're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson Farm. Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
My head was clearing up, or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Tom, you got any booze on you?
Yeah, no.
We
Sorry,
have a
guys.
stash of the special stuff at the farm. Our own
Maybe it's not a
formula.
dream?
Local ingredients. Medicine clears your head right up. Makes you remember like moonbeams on the brain.
He was kidnapped?
Oh, I just noticed. Leather
is that
patches on the elbows.
the show?
That's
Well,
not
yeah,
very
yeah.
rock and roll.
Tom just lost is all. Baba Yaga got to him too, the damn witch.
She used us all. Taken from all of us. Took my thunder, the witch.
And my ravens, what were they? Memory and thought, the hag.
She took something from you too, didn't she? That's what she
what was the name
does.
they used?
We're better
for
off.
for their personal
This
names?
place
No,
like
names
it
they
gives
use for that
you
lady.
power.
The witch?
If
Yeah.
you're a creator,
Did they
an
use a name yet?
artist,
I don't think so.
God.
Nightmare shifted in their sleep in the darkness of the lake.
Yeah, that's the one. She makes sure it comes out twisted and wrong. Just ask the lamp lady. She knows what happened to that other rider.
She's been using you, boy, and you let her. You went and opened the door for her, didn't you?
Now, it was already open a crack. And whose fault is that? We're morally corrupt, disease-ridden, old and stupid.
Doesn't mean he had to open it all the way, goddammit.
So tired. Built the farm close to the lake, a place of power.
We had parties there, man. You
they had
should
two
go
races.
there and have a party.
Fat Bob Balder through the window, hit that hippie chick in the back of the head. 15 stitches and a concussion. Bob's dead now. Leukemia.
Stitches, snitches, and narcs, man. Bad scene.
I am tired, man.
Wow.
Helen Wake.
the cross-gender sequel.
Yeah. Rule 63.
Yeah.
I'm hunted by the law.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase.
Oh, I forgot about
Seriously
him.
telling me
So,
that
a couple,
writer just took
He's
out
a
my
bad guy
equities?
at that.
Thriller
Kind of, but in the
supposedly
manuscripts,
come
he
true.
like
The genre of the story seems to
he
be shifting.
regards Alan
It's
as
turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had
he's
been kidnapped,
able to.
but that was a lie.
He's corrupting everyone around him.
The Alan is?
Yeah,
Reported
and that he is
kidnappers
basically
beaten up by
ridding the
dark
world of
presence
evil.
before it attacked
Yeah.
me.
It was actually pretty. That was something that wasn't